Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Guys, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 32 years ago, I was a dumbass. But 32 years later, I can honestly say, through the grace of God, I'm now a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey. And that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. We've all had the roughest few years of our lives all over the world, right? Not just here. And unfortunately, many did not make it, and most through addiction. Even some family and friends of mine, family members and friends of mine. So I'm here to let everyone know. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. You have to know somebody's listening, okay? So please, please, please reach out, okay? If anyone thinks my book can help them, because I do, you can go to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, BAM, it's everywhere. And you could go to my website, www.geripetito.com. You could purchase it from there. And guys, listen, go to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel and please subscribe. Great things are happening. So guys, you know I always bring it, right? Well, once again, I'm bringing it, baby. So I want to introduce to everyone out there this guy right here. Scott Brandt, say hello.
Scott Brandt, say hello. How are you?
So, listen, you're really cool, dude.
You're really cool also. Thank you.
So, give a shout out to your friend who we mutually know who told you to come here.
Well, I got to give a big shout out to God because without God, none of us would be here right now. Okay. Thank you so much. And I think what Jerry's talking about is my dear friend Janie. Thank you so much. I met Janie at a karaoke night, probably 2016, somewhere around there, and we've been really good friends ever since. She's actually an amazing person with a fantastic voice and a great energy. And see, as soon as I said Janie, it just got bright in here. Did you see that? It's like the sun came in. Oh, that was Ruben.
Okay. So tell everyone Jamie's group and blah, blah, blah.
So Janie's in a fantastic three-piece group called Jam, and it's J-A-M, Jam. And that's exactly what they do, ladies and gentlemen. They put it together. They get up there, they strut their stuff, and they jam.
Love you, Janie. Yay. So, listen, tell everyone a little bit about you. Let's hear it.
My name is Scott Brandt, born and raised in the beautiful little shore town of Point Pleasant, New Jersey, and I'm very proud of that. And I picked up a guitar when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and it's been downhill ever since.
I don't think so, honey. It's been uphill. Come on.
So, I just, playing guitar and saxophone and, a bunch of other instruments when I was younger. Just kind of, my mom liked that a lot because it kept me out of trouble with some of the other juvenile kids that were, probably not doing great stuff. But, growing up, I just did a lot of fishing and a lot of guitar playing, in Point Pleasant. So, and here I am on the Geri Petito Show. I've written a couple, 2-3 songs that are on, is it okay to say
yes,
Apple Music?
Yes, of
Apple
course.
Music and Spotify.
Of
So
course.
I have 2 full-length records on there. Scott Brandt, Tonight's the Night, and Scott Brandt, 6-String Rodeo. And we got a couple singles out there, too. One of them is one of my songs that went to #1 on a couple different radio stations called Sweetheart. And, between everything I do, which living in New Jersey, you can't just do one thing. We're very busy around here, as you know, right? So, I play out a couple times a year, not a lot, but every show that I play is very, very special, and it's a one-of-a-kind type of a performance. And you'll hear anything from some of my own songs, some of my own original songs that I wrote, to some of my favorite artists, from Zac Brown Band to Chris Stapleton, and we go to Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash too, so I don't leave anything out. And I even put some Frank Sinatra in there if you want.
So, okay.
Fly me to the moon.
I have a couple questions for
you. All
you.
right.
First of all, I love that. Growing up, all right, who in your family sang, played instruments? I mean, what happened there with you getting into this?
So basically, my grandmother played the organ, and she was very big in the church group. So I automatically learned how to read and sing hymns and stuff like that as soon as I knew how to read. So Grandma actually played a wicked ukulele, by the way. And she could play anything that would make music. So Grandma was a great singer and musician, and so I got it all, I think, pretty much from my grandma. Big shout out to Dorothy Wright.
Heck yeah, baby.
All right, Dottie. And Grandma was just a farm girl from Pennsylvania, and she just she learned how to play piano at a very young age. And there's four. I come from, God blessed my mother with one amazing kid and three, okay kids.
You're hysterical.
But the three other kids, my beautiful two sisters and my awesome brother Ricky. I want to give a shout out to Ricky, Tammy, and Donna, and also my beautiful girlfriend Pamela, and my son Travis, and my daughter Jessica. I love you guys very much. So I hope you're channeling in on his family history right now.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So Grandma basically would have me, play over and over and over again, different parts of songs and stuff like that. And when Grandma did pass, my sister Tammy did get Grandma's organ, so there is a still, relic of Grandma around. So, even the other day, a friend of mine was just like, we were at somebody's house, and he goes, this lady never ever heard anybody play the piano before, so Scotty, go ahead and play a little something on the piano. So I did Elvis's version of On-Chain Melody.
Oh, wow.
And this piano was so out of tune, and so, because I don't really sing in tune that much, I sounded better than this piano, by the way.
That's great.
So my buddy Sean recorded it, and the lady was just like, her jaw dropped, and I was just kind of playing around. Oh my love, you know what I mean?
Sing it.
And my darling, I hunger for the Geri Petito show.
So
But
cool.
he recorded the thing, and that just kind of happens to me, a lot. I feel very blessed, that God's given me a talent, and then I could share it with others. Before we started recording and all that jazz, we were playing around and just kind of, like free-flowing some Elvis and changing the lyrics and having a good time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what music's all about. It's about having a good time and not being well-rehearsed. And you got to just go out there and it comes out. It's like sweating.
I totally agree with you. Not many musicians and singers can say what you just said. You know that, right?
I'm learning something new every day,
Okay.
Geri, so thank you.
Yes. Okay, so I love that about
It's
you.
the lip syncing thing. And let me just ask everybody out there in TV land, YouTube land, and iHeart land, do you think, yes or no, would Elvis Presley ever lip sync a live concert?
All right, I want to say no, but probably, right?
Elvis never
Yes.
lip synced a live concert ever.
Yes.
Sometimes when recording a movie, what happens is you record the actual track. So when you're acting the part, you're singing along to it, and that's okay. But Elvis Presley never had a track of his voice.
Ever. I love it.
Yeah.
I didn't think so, but I didn't know, and I was like, I'm hoping, yay.
That's why I got really angry when I saw Britney Spears wearing an Elvis costume. I'm like, No. Elvis never did that lip syncing stuff,
Okay.
you know. So none of the greats did.
So-
You think Chuck Berry ever went up there with a guitar track playing?
I can't believe that.
No
that would
way.
happen. Right.
No way.
No way.
So we're definitely fans of real music.
That's right, real music.
And I tell you what, guys like Chris Stapleton, they are going out there and they are doing it. Luke Bryan, they're doing it. All these guys today, Michael Bublé, doing
Yes.
it live
Oh.
on stage. There's no track. And that's what I'm talking about. It comes out, and every show is a one-of-a-kind show because I say things that I'm never going to say again. I make jokes that I can't remember. Okay, but I make jokes while I'm up there, like, oh my God, you said that thing about the train, and I'm like, I did, you know. So, you know, the thing about music is it's supposed to be a natural reaction. Like when you sneeze and somebody says, "God bless you," that's the way it is when you're strumming a chord, and it's supposed to come out.
I want to share something with you. I've interviewed a lot of incredible legends, right? A lot of musicians, up and coming, young 9-year-olds that are incredible. And most of the musicians that are older, they get very nervous if I put them on the spot.
Wait, what a second. What, you mean older? What's that supposed to mean?
I'm talking older.
I look pretty good. I'm only 89.
You are so full of it, okay? So they get very nervous and they don't want to be put on the spot. And the youngest ones have no problem with it. So they are still in that, this is what I'm feeling. And I love it.
They're fearless.
Yes. You know, I was born too late. I always say that. I don't care. I'm 62. I was born too late because the majority of all the incredible songs that came out were like 60, 61, 62. And I'm like, wow. And I am an Elvis oldie doo-wop girl. And I mean, I loved a lot of music, temporary and all that, but nothing like that. So that's real music, man.
That's real music. I agree. And don't forget about Mr. Jimi Hendrix,
Oh, come on, of course.
you know, and
know?
the Doors.
Listen, I went to see, you know, so many concerts growing up. I mean, I love music. I love them all.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
You know, but I'm an oldies girl and an Elvis girl, man. So why don't we do this? Let's play one of your songs. Let's give everybody a treat.
I have
and,
songs here?
Yeah, you have songs here. We stole them from you.
Oh, God.
Okay, we're even surprising him.
Isn't that like you guys are like Napster when they used to steal music?
There you go.
Woohoo! Here we go. Bring it on down to Hamilton. Driving south down Highway 9. It got a little dark and it got a little quiet. Well, he screamed right past me with his big red eyes. He was riding a Harley track. With a puff of smoke and a rocket blast. I tried to get a picture, he was going too fast. Had my phone all ready, put my pedal to the metal. Cause I just saw the Jersey Devil. Some say they still believe the tale of Mother Leeds. The 13th child, a long lost rebel. Beware the Jersey Devil. Wings like a bat span 8 feet wide. You can run, but you can't hide. If these kinds of things just chill your spine, keep away from them Jersey pines. You better not wander off the beaten path, cause I suggest you haul some ass. And put that sucker in 4-wheel drive. Cause the Jersey Devil, he's still alive. Some say they still believe the tale of Mother Leeds, the 13th child, the long lost rebel. Beware the Jersey Devil. Some say they still believe about the tale of Mother Leeds, the 13th child, a long-lost rebel. You best beware the Jersey Devil.
There you go, okay?
Well, I tell you,
All right, so
put some barbecue sauce on that song because that was a spicy one, baby.
tell us about the song. Come on.
All right. So I was at a friend of mine's house down in South Jersey, and it was called the town's called Leeds Point, and it's beautiful down there. Smithville's down there. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And to my surprise, everything was Jersey Devil. It's like Jersey Devil subs, come to get Jersey Devil gas. Everything's Jersey Devil. And I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. And, I mean, I've always heard the folklore about the Jersey Devil and everything. But it kind of came over me. You know what I mean? It just like, it rained Jersey Devil all over my butt. It was just, and I was just like, wow. And then I came up with this song. It was completely by accident. You know what I'm talking about, Ruben? That ever happened to you? You know, I mean, it was right about the time when I wrote Purple Haze with Jimi Hendrix. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay.
I was 0 when that song came out. It was 68, right? So I can't take credit for that. But so. Yeah, and it just the song became the song within one day. And that's the whole thing about writing songs. And, you know, a lot of people that are close to me, they'll tell you, I'll write a song, it'll take me 6 minutes, and then there's a song that could take 6 months. It's just tough because I won't put out something that I don't like, and I'm very, very picky. I'm not Italian, but I say the word picky-own. You know what I mean?
That's right, baby. I'm Italian. Heck yeah.
And, you know, I'm very picky, and if I don't think it's right, I won't do it. I won't put together a piece of crap. And I've, you know, been in the recording studio with the producers. Big shout out to Joey D from Surefire Recording Studios. That's where I record all my material, by the way. Thank you so much, Joey D. And my band. There's so many of you, I don't know who to mention first. I don't want anybody getting mad at me, but you guys know who you are.
Tell us the name of your band.
It's Scott Brandt Band.
Okay, the
Ta-da!
Scott Brandt Band.
But you know, when we're recording, you know, everybody, you know, comes together, and I bring my ideas to the table. And then, you know, nowadays everybody has iPhones, so I'll record the basic track. You know, through my phone, I'll just sing it.
Okay.
You know, and then I'll send it to everybody. And I'll be like, so, you know, the drummer will come up with something and the bass player come up with something. And so it all sounds good. And then we get into the studio and something magical happens. It's, you know how you have bricks? Well, bricks would not be in place if it wasn't for the mortar. And the mortar is God. And what happens is we're all the bricks, and God adds the mortar to make the song stick together. And it's just like a beautiful thing. The song transforms magically. And then to be honest with you, sometimes I don't like it and we scrap it. And they're like, oh my God, we got 16 hours recording time on that, you know. But what we do is we shelf every song, and then down the road, I might like it and or revamp it. And then we end up using it, which a couple of songs on my second album were songs that I probably, some of the first songs that I ever wrote that I just didn't like the way that they came out. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's a re-record.
A re-record, I like that.
Yep, it's a re-record. And I re-recorded a song my sister Tammy loves called One by One. And I ended up putting that on my first album. And it's one of her favorites, but I didn't like the original. So
Do we have that one here?
I don't think so.
Are you going to sing that one?
I was going to do it acoustic
cool.
for my sister
Cool.
if she's listening and watching.
She will. So, all right, before we play your next song, and then we're going to have you do some live. Growing up, who were some, like, of course, Elvis, right? I loved Elvis. We know you love Elvis. But who else inspired you in the music industry?
Well, basically, I would listen to the different vibrations of the Amana refrigerator, and I would try to imitate those on my guitar. So there was really nothing musical. We weren't allowed to listen. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, everybody from Chuck Berry to Johnny Cash. Elvis was a huge part. I mean, when I was 3, 4 years old, I'd go up on the coffee table with my mom's hairbrush and say, "You ain't nothing but a hound dog." You know what I mean? And then her friends would be clapping her like more. And I'm like, well, that's all I know. I'm 4 years old. I don't know what they're saying yet, you know? So using a tennis racket as an air guitar growing up, that was always a cool thing, you know? So I didn't have a guitar, but I had a tennis racket, and I could play the hell out of that tennis racket.
Did you have a favorite song or songs?
Well, I got a quick little story for you because I have a really good memory, and sometimes it's a blessing and a curse. But one of my favorite songs, and it's always going to be this way, is probably the first song I can remember hearing when I was in the car seat of my mother's Corvair. Was Maggie May by Rod Stewart.
Really?
And I remember hearing that song and just going nuts every time it came on, so my mom would turn it up. And yeah, that's my story about music. The first song I actually remember hearing was Maggie May. And, I remember being in the car seat because when you're in the car seat, you see the trees when you're driving. You know what I mean? So you don't see houses because you're in the car seat and you're like, wah, wah, and you're seeing the trees. And I just remember being in the car seat, and every time that song would come on, I would just freak out, and my mom would turn it up. I loved it. I loved it. It's an emotional time for me because I miss my mom very much. And so when I hear that song, that was one of our first bonds musically. And, while my mom was around, she got to see me at the Stone Pony and at the Saint and, all these other beautiful places that I played. And, I know that she's looking down on us right now, Jerry. I know she likes you.
Oh, and my dad's looking down on us, and he likes you, too.
Awesome. Well, my mom's giving us a couple thumbs up,
They might be hanging out together, man.
I tell you what, if you guys go up there and tell Elvis we said hello. And
yeah. Ruben, come over here, Ruben. Come over here.
Ruben.
He would like you to come over here.
Ruben.
Come back here for 1 second with us.
All right, everybody give a big round of applause for Ruben. Here he is.
Yes.
Thank you. He's
there he goes.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's got to sink down to our level. Boy, that's one thing of a say. Go ahead.
So, Ruben, all right, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
This guy right here, he's one of the owners of Hamilton Radio, and he's also the producer, and he does 95% of my shows. He's amazing, and he's an incredible tech guy.
Who's the other 5%?
Well, Gino sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So,
only thing I don't do is I don't host the show.
That's right.
I haven't done it, so I guess that's the 5%.
Okay, we can't have him host. You trust me on that one, all right?
But if you enjoy what you're seeing and hearing right now, big shout out to Ruben. Big round of applause, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
You are the mortar. We just talked about the mortar.
Oh,
So
yeah,
go ahead.
the mortar.
What were you going to say with your nonsense?
My nonsense.
Yeah, he looks out that window at us and he says some nonsense. Go ahead.
That's right. So,
What happened? What?
He's pushing me out. Yeah, talk.
no, I enjoy your music so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
awesome,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. You
You
can
know,
really rock with your music.
I
Yeah.
really appreciate that very much. It comes from the heart. That's all I
Yeah.
can tell you. It's
He
a
loves the
real
Lord
thing.
too, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the Lord. And
Yep.
you always keep the Lord in everything you do.
That's right. Lord is in everything I do every single day.
Me too, yay.
Totally blessed. I feel
Amen.
that we're all blessed to be with each other.
Amen.
You know,
Amen.
and we wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for, you know.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen to that, you know.
Actually, I'll give a little pointless.
Go ahead, here we go. He's going to give a pointless plug.
yeah.
I love it.
I was going to say this. This month was Child Abuse Awareness Month, and I just want to get a shout out to the Phillies because they gave the Christian Battle of the Bands, Art Savania, who's the detective, and the Philadelphia Police Department, his organization, $25,000.
That's amazing.
For children of abuse.
That is not a pointless plug.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's a
Beautiful,
beautiful plug. And I
Beautiful
tell you
plug.
what, support the Phillies because they
Yeah.
support
And-
people that need supporting.
Yeah, and just because of that, I know you can't be a fan on two teams, but because of that, I became a supporter of the Phillies.
Yay.
Without a
When
doubt.
I-
Philadelphia's an
Thank you so
amazing
much.
everything.
Thank you,
Yes.
Ruben.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
All
much.
right,
Yes.
amen. Woo, I like that.
Big shout out to the Phillies, baby.
So, you know what? Before we play your song, I want to read a poem out of my book, and I wasn't going to do this till later, but there's a reason why I need to do it now.
Okay.
Because you're talking about how if it wasn't for God, like even with your songs, right? When
Right.
they're finally done and this and that. And guys, listen, everyone, God has given everyone talents, okay? And the thing is, we all have gifts, right? And we all have talents, but we are the ones that are responsible to finding what they are and then using them and honoring God for it, right? So I'm going to read this poem now. It's called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Imagine that. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, but not just for the money, to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, Scott Brandt, your name will live forever, forever and a day. Go through life excited for what you sure can give to yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
You didn't even know me when you wrote that book, but you
How
put my
about
name
that?
in there.
There you go.
How did that happen?
Okay?
How did that happen? Wow.
So, guys,
I got nothing. You read that beautiful thing, and I got give me a bag of Doritos. I'm here with Geri Petito. That's all I got.
you know what's amazing about your music? Like, I loved how you described how it is when you write songs. Maybe you love them, maybe you don't. It might take 15 minutes, it might take 5 months, right? Whatever. But before we play your next song, tell everyone listening, give them a little bit of hope of how to take their talent to the next level.
All right. Well, this is all I can tell you right now is that however you figure that you want to do it your way. Don't worry about what this person thinks. Don't worry about what that person thinks. Only worry about what you think. If you like it and you like the way it sounds and you feel it, you don't have to worry about anybody else. You just keep doing your thing. Why? Because you know you more than anybody else. And the only person that knows you even more is the man upstairs. And he's always got your back. So you just keep doing what you're doing and do it with passion, do it with desire, and just be real. And it's going to come out. I guarantee.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Okay? Okay, Ruben, let's play another song That was beautiful.
I met her on a Tuesday at a tiki bar. Her mama watched the kids, she drove her daddy's car. We drank margaritas till the stars came out, and then we danced all night, and we never sat down. One shot, two shot, three shot floor. My baby wants to dance a little more. I'll shoot you a text if I can find my phone. I left it on the bar a few beers ago, but I met her on a Tuesday at a tiki bar. Mama watched the kids, she drove her daddy's car. We drank margaritas till the stars came out, and then we danced all night, and we never sat down. I said we danced all night, and we never sat down. A dog named Lucky only has one ear. A brother in Kentucky she ain't seen in years. She's got eyes like an angel and she grins like a devil. She's a walking, talking country rebel. I met her on a Tuesday at a tiki bar. Mama watched the kids, she drove her daddy's car. We drank margaritas till the stars came out, and then we danced all night, and we never sat down. One shot, two shots. One shot, two shots. My baby. My baby. I met her on a Tuesday at a tiki bar. Her mama watched the kids, she drove her daddy's car. We drank margaritas till the stars came out, and then we danced all night, and we never sat down. She wants to dance all night, sipping on Crown and Sprite, with her cut-up shorts and her flip-flops on. She's a pretty country girl in a pretty country song.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Tell us about that song.
All right, well, I met her on a Tuesday at a tiki bar.
Okay.
Her mama watched the kids, and she drove her daddy's car.
Is that a true story?
We drank margaritas till the stars came out, and then we danced all night, and we never sat down, baby. So growing up in Point Pleasant, the nightlife activity is big. And not that I got the name Tiki Bar from a certain establishment in Point Pleasant, but it didn't hurt either. Tiki bars are a lot of fun. And I remember one of my first houses I ever owned, people would get these like little bars in their backyard because I love to entertain. And I said to my brother, Ricky, I said, hey, because he's good at like with the hammer and nails, like carpenter and everything. I said, what's the chances of you coming over and building me a tiki bar? And he came over, he built me a tiki bar, and I've had a tiki bar since like the 90s, so it's like, it's a good place to join in fellowship with adult type beverages.
Okay, did he really just say that? Jesus drank wine, but it was new wine, okay?
It
Grape
was
juice.
new. It was new. It was new wine. It was absolutely new. But as far as the songwriting process goes, do you want to check out something? I'm going to show you guys how I do it. All right. So here's my iPhone, and so I'm writing a song right now called. It's untitled. Right, so let me see if this is it. boom, ba, ba, boom, boom, ba, ba, boom. And then I just come up with the idea right there. Trees blowing in the wind, the sun on my skin, that's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And I don't have the other verse yet.
So I have a question.
Yeah, so.
So wait, I have a question. So you come up with the music before you come up with the
hear it?
words? Yeah.
We are the dreamers of the dream. Ready? With God, all things are possible. Just believe. Just believe. Feel it? Boom, 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 bum, bam, bam, boom, bam. The drums are gonna be like. Hear that groove? Like. Boom, bam,
But
bam,
wait,
bam.
you write the music before you write the words?
Sometimes the words come out,
Okay.
and then you just can't. You don't know where the song came from, and that's why a lot of stuff I feel comes down. It comes down from God for me. I mean, you can believe what you believe, but I believe in God the Almighty, and I believe every day is a gift, and I thank God every day for me waking up. And sometimes I'll just get an idea for a song, and I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from? And then I'll be driving, I'll be like, palm trees blowing in the wind, sun on my skin, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm like, hey, that kind of sounds cool. So then I start singing into my iPhone, and then that's how you get a song.
Listen, God, I just have to say this. I was woken up, whether you guys believe it or not, my mouth to God's ears. I was woken up 2016 by this. I opened my eyes, and this is what I heard: write your book.
Yeah.
This book was written in 3 weeks, and I tell everyone I did not write this book.
Yep, you had a calling. That was a
That's
calling.
right. I didn't write the book. Listen, we're putting it to audio now. Anybody has a book out there, Ruben's now putting books to audio. So I used my voice because that's what I wanted to do. I couldn't have someone else's voice with my passion. And I used to, we're sitting there doing it, and I'm like, how did I write that? That was God.
Plus, they didn't have the Geri Petito hand movement.
Oh, they
like,
didn't?
With
You
the
kidding?
passion.
You have to.
The Italian passion.
You
I love
have
it.
to.
I love it.
So why don't you treat everyone now to a live song, baby?
All right, let's do it.
All right?
Are you going to do one first?
Listen, I read my poem, right? That's my thing, baby.
All right, let's see what we got here.
All right. Let's do it. If you want, Scott, you could do 2 in a row. It's up to you.
Let's see how everything
Yeah, let's see how everything goes.
Boing. I got to look good on TV.
Well, that's funny.
All right. All right, so this is a song that I wrote called One by One. And this is a favorite song with my sisters. We started with a kiss one day, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, my girl started chasing my friends away. Well, one by one they were gone. One by one they were gone. She said, don't ever come back, never, ever again. Ready, Jerry? This is what she said, ready? She said, I really want you, I really kinda need you. I really want you, but I don't want your friends around. I really want you, I really kinda need you. I really want you, but I don't want your friends around. See, get it?
I get
I
it.
really want you, I really need you, but I don't want your friends around. Ready?
I get it.
So I swallowed my pride, 'cause nothing else was left. I went down to the boardwalk with a full pack of cigarettes. And one by one they were gone. One by one they were gone, gone, gone. A 12 back by my side, I drank till I slept. And not again. She said, I really want you, I really kinda need you. I really want you, but I don't want your friends around. I really want you, I really kinda need you. I really want you, but I don't want your friends around.
That was awesome, Scott.
Oh yeah.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you very much, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So yeah, that was a little acoustic number.
Tell us about that song.
So, it happens to girls and happens to guys, and sometimes people can get a little possessive. And sometimes you have somebody over your house, and the significant other or whatever, like can you tell your friends to leave? I don't like your friends. This, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what that was about. Because growing up, going over friends' houses and doing this and doing that, and like all of a sudden you got to like bounce. Because the wife came home or the mom came home or whatever, and it's just like, all right, we're like having a good time, and the party's got to break up. So that's like, I really want you, I really kind of need you. I really want you, but I don't want your friends around. No.
So, did you write that song from experience?
Yeah, it definitely. That's So but it happens a lot, you know what I mean? So it was a song that I felt that it kind of had to go out there, because it's just not guys, it's ladies too. They have like an overprotective husband, and they're like, "Why are you out with your friends?" Because they're insecure. And you got to be secure about what you do. So. If my girlfriend goes out with her friends, I think it's awesome. Go have a good time. I'm not insecure about anything. I want her to have a good time. And then when we're together, we get together with her friends and my friends sometimes or whatever. You know what I mean? So
that's the way it's supposed to be, Scott.
I don't know what happens. You see all these reality shows.
Okay. That's craziness to me. I'm sorry, I'm too old for that nonsense.
So
that's craziness.
So you want to hear like a little ballad that I wrote?
Sure.
All right. What happened to there's no echo or anything.
Is that
Hello.
bad? You need an echo?
There's nothing.
He's looking for an echo.
That sounds so pretty, right?
It's very
I
pretty.
don't even want to sing anything right.
It's very pretty.
Read your letter just the other day, girl, but I'm not surprised. He swept you up and away in his world when all I did was lie. Well, it's been 3 days now since I heard your voice, and I'm still awake. I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't think because my heart still aches, and I'm missing you. Can I see it tonight? I'll make everything right. Here's the hook, ready? Dance with me and I'll hold you tight. Dance with me and the stars in the sky. I'll take you there, just hold my hand. Baby, I'm your man. Baby, I'm your man. Does it wanna take you down to the beach and write your names in the sand? He can't win you any prize you want, cause he's not good as I am. Hell no. Well, it's been 3 days now since I heard your voice, and I'm still awake. I can't eat, I can't sleep, I can't think because my heart still aches. And I'm missing you. Can I see you tonight? I'll make everything right. Dance with me and I'll hold you tight. Dance with me and the stars in the sky. I'll take you there, just hold my hand. Baby, I'm your man. Baby, I'm your man. Baby, I'm your man. Don't forget I'm your man, Pamela. Baby, I'm your man.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this is your call. You could either do one more now, or you can come and hang out and we'll talk a little more and play a song.
Hang out and talk a little more.
So come on over.
All right.
All right, and then I want you to tell us about that song here. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so tell us about that song
What song?
that you just sang. Come on.
Okay, so I'm Your Man was written, re-recorded, and changed. That was one of the songs I was telling you about.
Okay, what wasn't right? Because it sounded absolutely beautiful.
So first off, it was in a different key. Right now it's in C, and it used to be in F, and it was kind of sounded very Goo Goo Dollish, like, you know, like, why don't you slide? You know, that song by Goo Goo Dolls. So I changed it around a little bit, moved the key up, and then dropped my voice.
Okay.
So the key went up, and my voice went lower, and it kind of worked. And then the actual name of the song that is on, you know, Apple Music and Spotify and everything, it's called I'm Your Man. That's the name of the single. But when I wrote it, I originally called it 3 Days.
Okay, why?
Well, it's been 3 days now since I heard your voice.
Yeah, I like I'm Your Man.
So I like 3 days.
Why'd you change it?
So by popular demand,
Yep.
everybody in the recording studio is like, no, like. And so the producer was like, he joked around and called it Tree Days, 1, 2, tree.
Yeah, sure.
And so, you know, I got the MP3 back because, you know, when you record stuff, they send you the MP3 back, and he said it said Tree Days, and he wrote DAZE.
That would be how I would spell it.
So I looked at it, and you know how you had that like God moment where it was like poking you? Everybody was saying 3 Days is a stupid name.
Yep.
And I thought it would be like 3 and then days. But there's a band out there called 3 Days Grace and everything, and everybody's like, they're going to think it's... So this song has been through the ringer, the washer, and everything else. So it ended up sounding, you know, and becoming I'm Your Man just because, you know, you have a group of individuals that are your bandmates, and they love and care about you, and they want to see you be successful. And sometimes you have to listen.
I love that. Did you guys hear what he just said? He admitted sometimes he has to listen. All right.
Now, typically, if you ask me to go grab the milk in the refrigerator, and the milk could be right in front of me in a 17-gallon bucket, and I won't see it. But when you tell me, you know, change the name of the song, it's just not going to work. It's not that anything other than people just thought it was I'm Your Man. It was more personal.
Yes.
And they like when they said, baby, I'm your man. They like that, so.
Yes. That's very cool.
And that's where it came from. But thank you very much. I appreciate the, you know, the lip service on that song. You know, it came from the heart, that song.
So, all right. So I have a question for you. All right. When you write your songs, so I'm asking this from a female perspective. All right. So I've asked a lot of my entertainers, a lot of my singers, the same question, and I always get different answers. So when you write your songs, before you start that song, do you ever think in your mind, okay, I want this one to be about something I went through, or wait, I want this one to be about just nothing and silliness and make it incredible?
I think I don't write any songs like that at all. I don't actually set sail and be like, we're gonna write a song today.
Okay.
If I did that, I wouldn't have anything.
Okay.
So I could go 3 weeks and write one song, and I can go 3 years and write one song. I don't know.
Okay.
It's like a writer. They have a writer's curve or whatever like that, or whatever they call it, and then sometimes you go you hit a slump. And slumps are kind of cool because after the slump, you come up with songs like I came up with Sweetheart and Come Over Here and a Tiki Bar. Like, I was in a slump for about a year. And, you know, everybody, you know, they want you to put out a record every other year or every year, but that doesn't happen with me because I'm not feeling it. And then, you know, there was a certain thing that happened in 2020, and people stopped going out, and the world drove themselves crazy about something, and we're not going to get into that right now. But it was tough to write songs during that period. Because I didn't.
You didn't want to write a song about that? Because I wrote a poem about it.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to remember it.
Okay. Well, I wrote a poem about it, and I did it in a way like you're saying, like, let's forget this.
Yeah, yeah. So therefore, I did write a couple things during that particular time, and they were all shelved. I didn't like anything because it was the way I was feeling.
Gotcha.
But it could end up like I'm Your Man, because when I first wrote I'm Your Man, it sounded like a Backstreet Boys song. It was like, read your letter just the other day, girl, but I'm not surprised. It's exactly how it sounded. You know what I mean? And I changed it, you know, to the way you just heard, the hunky, deep baritone voice.
I had a couple
Read
artists.
your letter just the other day, girl.
I had a couple artists that got in touch with me and said, because of COVID, they wrote all these incredible songs. So see, everybody has a different, right?
Everybody's different, and you know what? You know, to me, every knock's a boost. So.
Yes. Right. That's cool.
You know.
All right, let's play one more of your songs.
Here we go. Which one we got?
We have two more, right?
He's not telling us.
Surprise factor.
What is it? We played Tiki Bar. Working Man. All right. This is one of my favorite songs that I ever wrote, by the way. It's called Working Man. And I have one of my dear friends on here, Sherry Lynn, singing backing vocals. And this is a cool little song.
Okay.
I think you're going to like it.
All right, and then we'll talk more about it afterwards.
So put on your hard hats and get on your orange vests and get out the orange cones, and let's be Working Man.
Let's do it.
Yee-hoo! Exactly what he said.
Oh, Lord.
The supervisor.
Okay.
Working man, I'm a working man, baby, she loves my working hands. Working all day till the job is done, then I'm coming home to you.
That's right.
I got a special plan, baby, I know just what you like. Just trust me and close your eyes, I'm taking you out tonight. Well, I won't be long now, baby, till I'm home. I've been working overtime like a dog. I'm a working man, I got myself a pickup truck. Big mud tires that won't get stuck, ain't got nothing to do with luck. If it's raining out, we're gonna get her done anyway. Ain't got no time, ain't got no complaints. Friday we're gonna get paid. Well, it won't be long now, baby, till I'm home. I've been working overtime pretty and see all the shiny lights. My baby, she's so pretty. She's my queen of the night. She's taking lots of selfies. Hashtag BFF. We're going down to the market square. Who cares if there's money left? One thing that I know for sure, at 5 a.m. I'm out the door. 'Cause I'm a working man. Baby, baby, I'm a working man. Trust me and close your eyes. I'm taking you out tonight. Get out, do the very best you can. Go to work, go to school. Lord loves a working man. Working man. Working man. Working man.
Beautiful. I love it. Absolutely love it. Tell us a little bit more about this song. I mean, it speaks for itself, guys, but tell us a little more.
So I've always been an early riser. So when part says at 5 a.m. I'm out the door because I'm a working man. So that's always been me. I've always been doing something since I've been like 8, 9, 10 years old. I've shoveling snow, raking leaves, newspaper route, which you don't even hear about. You know, here's a test. Try getting a 10-year-old kid to go out and rake leaves for $10. You ain't going to do it. It ain't going to happen.
What nationality are you?
I'm German.
Okay. And obviously I'm Italian. My father, that was their work ethic. I mean, 5 o'clock, he had a painting company, and that was the end of it. No complaints. You just do it.
Just did it. I mean, listen, everybody wants to have things, and my mom and my grandmom, I mean, they were very big people in my life, great role models, but they're like, if you want it, son, you got to work for it. And I always had nice things. I mean, I even worked for my first guitar. I bought it for $8 at a yard sale.
Do you still have it?
I do not have it.
Oh.
Sorry to disappoint.
Oh.
But, it's cool. It's out there somewhere, But it's pretty nice to know that, I got pictures of me with it.
That's important. There you go.
So it was just a little guitar for $8, and I actually did pay for it with my own money,
Cool.
So back in 5th, 6th grade, I mean, I was shoveling snow and raking leaves and just doing odd jobs to make money around the neighborhood, and I was always lucky enough to. When the new record came out back then, when you bought records and cassettes.
That's right.
So, I was always able to get it, and my mom, it's not that she didn't want to buy it for me, but she wanted me to go ahead and work for it.
Wait,
so,
what was your first record you bought? Do you remember?
Yeah. It was that song, Baker Street, the 45.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I used to play saxophone when I was in, grammar school and middle school. And that's an amazing saxophone song. So all my friends are, and listen, I love Led Zeppelin and Kiss and everybody.
Me too.
That's how I grew up
Me too.
with that music. And I had a little bit of everything. So my brother was on one end of the house. He was like the disco guy, right? And this is back in the 70s. And so it was like boom, bop, boom. And he had a good reason that he liked disco because he was tired of the rock clubs because you go to rock clubs and guys are all smelly and yucky, and you go to a dance club and girls are looking good, they smell good, and there's no bad stuff going on, you know what I mean? So then I had my sister who was into like Barry Manilow And so Barry has an amazing voice. And then so Barry Manilow and Bowie. And then my other sister was like Grateful Dead, Ted Nugent, and Led Zeppelin.
Oh, wow.
So I had so much going on around me that that they kind of, I don't want to say they didn't make fun of me, but I was different because I heard music differently. I wanted to play the saxophone. And then I realized that I wanted to play the guitar. But I was playing saxophone first, and I'm looking to maybe buy another saxophone because I don't have one anymore. But you know, it's funny how you start out with something, and then you leave it alone, and then you know, as you kind of have the final phases. I don't want to say final phases, but I'm not in phase one anymore. Let's face it. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I am looking to maybe start playing a saxophone again and maybe get back into it, because aside from singing, I love playing guitar, and I love playing, like, you know, musical instruments. I don't always like being the singer. I mean, I'm what they call a singer by necessity. I know a lot of people like the way I sing, and I get a lot of compliments. But the only reason I started singing in the first place was back in 2011, 2012. We just got tired of, like, the singer doing this or doing that, and sometimes there's attitudes and people don't show up for shows, and my friends that are watching right now that I've been in different bands with, we'd be at a club and the singer just wouldn't show up. And then we'd have to sing the song, so it would be me singing 3 songs and the bass player singing 3 songs and the drummer playing drums and singing. And we got it done, but that's how I actually became a singer, because I had to become a singer. I didn't set out to be a singer, just so you know. I wanted to be more like the guy in the background, like the Jimmy Page guy, like, you know, the guitar, like, yeah, you know.
I'm glad you do it all. I'm glad you sing, man.
So, but that's how I ended up singing.
Okay.
I didn't set out to be a singer, you know. I mean, as much as I loved Elvis growing up and tried doing the whole Elvis show when I was 3, 4 years old on my mom's coffee table, you know, I really just wanted to be like the Clapton guy, the Hendrix guy. You know, I'd sing a couple songs, no problem, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to be like the guitar player in the background, and that's what I did all through basically the 90s.
Got it.
You know.
So we still have some time.
We do.
So what's happening now with you that you want to share? Do you want to give websites? I mean, whatever is going on.
Yeah, so you know, basically I have the Scott Brandt Band page on Facebook, and you know, basically anybody that, you know, likes my music or wants to know more, you can go on there and/or go on Spotify and, you know, follow me on Spotify, and you can check out all my songs on there. Apple Music, of course, YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. But before I forget, I just want to thank you so much for having me here. You know, because everything gets piled on top, and you forget things. And I just think it's so awesome that you had me here today. And meeting Ruben, this guy's amazing. He's just really a blessing. You guys are a blessing to one another and also to me right now. I feel so blessed to have been asked to be on this show and explaining what I do and how I do it, when, you know, I'm just trying to be humble and just do my thing and just follow the path that God's put me on. You know, but I mean that wholeheartedly. Thank you so much, Jerry. God bless you for having me on here.
I feel the same way back. I mean, you know, I'm going to say something silly, you know. My guests are what make the show. You know what I mean? And when Janie got in touch with me, I was like, absolutely. I didn't even question it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I heard your music, I was like, this guy's cool. Okay? But meeting you, your personality is so hysterical, okay? That's what it's about, guys. It's not just about singing great and standing there and doing your thing. This guy's had us cracking up from the minute he walked in the door, okay? And that's what puts smiles on people's faces also.
And that's just not the way I look either, by the way.
No, but you could be an incredible, great singer, and then you try to talk to someone and you're not, they won't listen to them anymore.
Well, that's kind of what happened. I morphed in. I didn't want to be a singer, and I tell everybody the truth. You know, my girlfriend knows that, and my family knows that. I didn't really want to be a singer, and then as I started doing my thing, which now I'm getting back to, like, what am I doing? Where am I going?
I love it.
So now I'm working with a band, where we're doing some covers and stuff like that. And I want to give a shout out to Debbie and Matt the cat on drums. And, we're looking for a bass player if anybody.
Oh, we'll put that out there.
We're looking for a bass player. So basically, we're doing some classic rock and, some newer stuff. Chris Stapleton, and,
Okay.
But I got bad news. We're not doing any gangster rap, and we're not doing any death metal.
Or hip-hop.
But what happened was, because I started singing as a necessity, I started realizing that I loved singing Frank Sinatra. I loved singing Engelbert Humperdinck. I love singing Elvis, Bobby Darin. And this is something that, basically happened to me over the last 2-3 years because I was doing my thing and I was singing songs by Leonard Skinner, which is amazing, and doing, songs that, I love and we all grew up listening to in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, The Clash and all that stuff. And, listen, we've always rocked out these songs. But then I was able to grab the mic. And so I sing you to sleep after the loving. I brush back the hair from your eyes. And I was like, I really enjoy singing this kind of stuff. And it just happened. Again, I didn't set out to try to sing Engelbert or Frank or any of those guys. It really, really happened. Tom Jones has a whole different, I don't have that. It's not that I don't have the Tom Jones range, but he's a different type of cat than me. I'm more of a baritone, like an Elvis, Frank type of guy, Michael Bublé, we have that different type of voice. Tom Jones is a totally different talent. Same thing with Frankie Valli. He's got that high range, almost like a Joe Pesci.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? Hey, Henry, what are you doing? Stuttering over there,
I love it.
So I know where to stay away. You know what I mean? Because when I first started singing, I'd have friends be like, "Oh, try this song," and I'd be like, "Man, why'd you give me that?" And then they would give me the song, the Georgia Satellites.
Tell me a
I
song.
got a little change in
sure,
my
of course.
pocket going jing-a-ling-a-ling. Gonna call you up on the telephone, Jerry, and give it a ring. But each time I call, I hear the same old thing. Always no huggy, no kissy. And I was like, wow, I could do that.
You could.
And I didn't even know it. So, and that's how it happened. So, all my friends that are like, oh, Scotty, doing Van Halen and Iron Maiden and everything because they loved the way I played guitar when I was younger. That's what it was all about, I used to give lessons and stuff, and you wanted to learn the Aerosmith song or you wanted Ted Nugent, whatever you want, whatever song you wanted to learn, you just put it on a cassette and I'd figure it out for you and show you. And the fact that I'm singing totally opposite of what it's just mind-blowing, but God puts the desire in your heart, and He won't leave you out in the dark. He didn't lead us this far just to leave us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to share something with you. There's a young man out there. Okay, he goes by Six Director. His name is Randy Shank. And years ago, he got in touch with me. He's doing great now. He's down south. He has a family. He's a director. He's a singer, musician, writer, everything, right? He's a photographer. Got in touch with me, and he was like, Miss Jerry on Facebook. I didn't know him. Young African-American man from Trenton. And he said, do you think you could interview me? Can I come live in studio, or old studio? I'm a hip-hop artist, a rapper.
Cool.
So I said, can you keep it clean, young man? Absolutely. So he came in with a crew, and they were amazing, and they kept it clean and all that. But I asked him this live, and this is what I want to share with you. I said, why does there have to be so much anger and cursing, vulgarity? Why? And this is what he said. And this young man owns a piece of my heart to this day. And I'll tell you what he said, but he'll message me every once in a while, Miss Jerry, I'm still trying to keep it clean for you. And this is what he said. Miss Jerry, everyone has a story to tell, and they need to tell it. And unfortunately for some of us, this is the only story we know. So I will never listen to it, but at least I understand it now. So if you could ever write a hip-hop song, keeping it clean, do it.
I mean, so we all have different views and
Yes,
everything like that.
yes.
But for the person, that thinks that, well, that's the way of the world and that's the way of my world. Well, I disagree, because if you go 5 miles down the road, there's a family that's going to take you in. There's a family that's going to love you, okay? There's a family that's going to take care of you and think about you. If you want to stay in that little 5-mile radius of all the gunfire and everything like that, that's up to you. But take the step and get out of there.
But sometimes it's not as easy for some.
They're like,
Sometimes
that's the way
it's
of the
not.
world. And I'm like, that's the way your world is, but it doesn't have to be like that.
No, it doesn't. But there are times where a child can't just do that. A child, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we've
So-
all been through some stuff, and I could sit here and go through, different things that I've encountered and stuff like that. But you know what? I learned, and my sister watching, my brother watching, my other, my two sisters, my brother. There was things that we had to go through and we had to endure that actually made us better people today. Fortunately, we took those things that happened and we learned from it. And instead of getting hit with the ball once, now when the ball comes, we duck.
Yep. No, he's made an incredible life for himself. Yes. He's a
So,
great father.
but
yeah, you're
we,
right.
we all have a different,
You're right.
take on that.
Yep.
And, that's one of the reasons why I do what I do, because I wasn't feeling it playing the hard rock and everything like that. Like, I was supposed to audition for Marilyn Manson in 1997 as a lead guitar player. And it was all set up. I mean,
Oh, my God.
and I was all ready to do it. I mean, that's what I was listening to back in the 90s. And, for some reason, he ended up hiring somebody else. I got the call. I was supposed to fly out, like, in a day or two. And he hired this other guy.
For some reason.
For some reason. And I mean, it was definitely God talking
Yep.
at me at that point right there. But all my friends were very excited that, I was going to,
Wow.
try out for
No.
Marilyn Manson in Chicago in the 90s. And it was a big thing.
Yeah.
And, for some reason, it didn't happen. And that's okay, because God does not make mistakes.
God does not make mistakes. That is a God story, baby.
And right here, everything I went through in my life, some things were great, some things were horrible, but it finally led me to, I'm at a point in my life where I'm 54 years old, and last year I finally met the love of my life.
Beautiful.
Because I could easily just let you go when I was in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, because of the way you treated me, and because what I saw as a young man and what my mom did not put up with, we learned from. And I said, no, 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 no. So there's a trail of broken hearts all over New Jersey. But you know what? I wasn't going to stand for it. And God just put the desire in my heart, and I just kept going. Just like this young man that you're talking about, the rapper.
Yeah.
And I just kept going, and I just knew somewhere. And Pamela actually found me, by the way. So, they say you're going to find true love when you're not looking.
I agree.
And
that.
I was looking for love.
So let me ask you something. We have one more song we're going to play of yours. We're going to close with that song, though. We'll
All
talk
right.
about it before we play. But would you like to honor us with one more live?
Sure.
Okay.
So you want to hear an original?
I want to hear an original.
All right.
And then you'll come back. We'll talk about it.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right, so give me a minute.
Okay. Ruben, switch the screen for him.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let me look good first. Let me get all ready.
He's got to get all ready.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Could you hand me my phone real quick? I just want to, thank you. Like you really need me to do this right now, but I just have to, I made a list of songs that I didn't want
Oh,
to
that's
sing.
okay. You can do that. See, I would have only made a list of the songs I did want to sing. Okay, see the difference between men and women? I'm just saying. That's funny. Okay, switch the screens, Ruben.
Hey, all right. So this was the first song I actually ever recorded. I'm doing for you right now.
This is amazing. Let's hear it.
So this is the first song I actually really kind of wrote, and I recorded it. It's called You Don't Love Me. You don't love me like I want you to. You don't need me like I need you, need you. Heaven knows that I want you to stay. The truth is, you're wrong for me anyway. Yeah. I can't believe I did it again. There I go, rushing into love again. Well, I made some big mistakes for sure, but this one takes the cake for sure. When you said you felt the same way I did. She's got the moon in her eyes and midnight sky. She got the sunset in her kiss. But I'm just a man with his heart in his hand, and this girl is my wish. But you don't love me like I want you to. You don't need me like I need you, need you. Heaven knows that I want you to stay. The truth is, you're wrong for me anyway. She's got the moon in her eyes and midnight sky. She got the sunset in her kiss. And I'm just a man with his heart in his hand, and this girl is my wish. But you don't love me like I want you to. You don't need me like I need you, need you. Heaven knows that I want you to stay. The truth is, you're wrong for me anyway. Yeah. You don't love me like I want you to. You don't need me like I need you, need you. Heaven knows that I want you to stay. The truth is, I say the truth is, I said the truth is, you're wrong for me anyway.
Beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Scott, that was awesome.
Make some noise!
I love that. That's cool. All right.
All right.
All right.
Yay.
Okay, Ruben, bring us back, baby.
Bring us back, Ruben. Bring us way back. Way back.
Man, tell us about that song. I love it.
All right. So I watch soap operas. And growing up with a single mom, you know, I got to know all of them, you know. So when you come home from school, you're doing your homework, the soap operas were on, you know. So a good part of that song is, because what happens is, you know, you meet somebody and then you fall in love and then you're like, they screw you over. Right?
Okay, but
So you don't love me like I want you to. You don't love me like I need you, need you. In other words, you're not giving me love. Like, my love tank is full. You could say it all you want and give me stuff, but if it's not like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what that song's about.
I love it. So I have a question. Have
That
you
was
ever
the first
been...
song I actually recorded.
So wait, what year was that?
2014 or 2015.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Germany?
No, I have not, but I know the Wunderwaffen.
So I was there in the 90s. It was amazing and one of the most beautiful, cleanest, safest countries back then I've ever been to, and I've been all over the world, I got to tell you.
Nice.
I want to share something you probably know. So every single house, me and my daughter, I was with my dad and my daughter. My daughter was probably 14, and the doorman said, it's totally safe, you could be out all night, it don't matter, walk around. So we took photos, all the houses were different colors.
Right.
I'm talking purples, yellows,
Beautiful.
right? Okay.
Beautiful.
And every one of them has a thing with flowers on every windowsill. Do you know why? Come on.
So the flower boxes have flowers
Yep.
because it looks nice.
Okay, I'm going to share something with you. Okay, because I had to find out why. Every single house window everywhere. So during the war, Germans loved their gardens and their flower gardens. And during the war, they were all taken away from them. So now it's almost like this is ours. No one can ever take it away from us again. And they might not have the land, but outside every single window is their flower garden.
That's beautiful.
Yep. I just had to share that with you.
Thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
it was beautiful, amazing. So, I want to say thank you to you for honoring me with this incredible interview. Your personality is off the charts, Scott. Listen, you're going to make people smile forever, and just
you.
continue to do what God's got you doing, man, because you do it well.
I appreciate that. I really do. And I can't say the love that I'm feeling in the room right now, you know, it's just like sometimes you meet somebody and it just clicks. And you're my kind of people.
You're my kind of people too, man. It was amazing.
Awesome.
And Ruben, before you play that song, we're going to do something different. We're not going to close out with my theme song. We're going to close out with his last song. But
oh, wow. Thank you.
yes, I want you to talk about this song now, and then I'm going to have you say your last words to everyone listening, and then we'll play your song.
Excellent.
So the song that we're playing is named
Sweetheart, right?
we got to make sure. Okay, good. Got
All
it.
right. So this song is very special. It was written after the second album, Six String Rodeo, came out. And, you know, I was in a crappy relationship. And you have to, you know, subject yourself sometimes to computer dating. And although I didn't computer date at that particular time, I had a lot of friends of mine that were single and ready to mingle, and they were talking about the computer dating and all that stuff. So this song has to do with friends of mine. Parts of it were part of me. So it's like an everything bagel, right? Pamela, remember we got all the everything, you know, the seeds, the poppy seeds and everything. So this song's kind of like the everything bagel of my music because it's about a lot of my friends.
Okay.
And so there's a part of my story in there, and then there's sprinkled in from some of my other friends. And my one friend met this girl on 4th of July. So the first verse is, I met you on the 4th of July. You were sipping iced tea, right? And then a lot of times guys get nervous, and so do women as well. But I sat down and looked around, and you smiled right at me, right? And then we started talking. Well, I, you know, started talking about the climate change, you know. And then it started to rain because you're talking to somebody, and of course, you know, you want it to go great, and all of a sudden it's rained. And then he forgets to ask her name. So next time he sees her, he says, let me call you sweetheart every now and then. And then, so that's where that came up. And then, so we were able to build on the song. And then once I said the band got together, Joe Knapp is an amazing steel guitar player. So there's a beautiful pedal steel on this song. And this is probably my most prized possession song. It's one of the most favorite songs that I recorded. The band, we were all in on this song because there's a part in this song where one person goes out on a date and finds out she was a he.
Okay, I love those stories.
So you're going to hear that, and then there's a break when you find out that she was a he, and you just hear, like, you know, Michael the drummer, like, doing, oh man, like, so there's a break in the song. So this is my everything bagel song with cream cheese. This is like my you like that, Ruben? But so this is probably one of the most favorite songs that I ever wrote and or recorded. Again, Surefire Recording Studios in Long Branch, New Jersey. 182 Broadway. Call Joe DeMeo if you want an amazing recording. He is the best in the business, and he doesn't mess around. He's a heavy hitter. He's got the best equipment and recording equipment in the whole entire world. And here is...
Well, wait. Before we play the song, I just want to say a couple more things and have you say something. So I want to thank everybody out there for listening and watching this incredible interview. Please share, share, share. Tuesday night, this will be on iHeartRadio at 9 p.m.
Yay.
Okay? And before we play your last song, okay, I want you to look into the camera, 30 seconds, say something to all your friends.
I want to thank all my friends, my family, the people that come out to see every single gig, the people that have been upset because I've had gigs that were canceled because of either rain or whatever. My fans that are on the other side of the planet, you know what I'm talking about. You know your names. I don't want to go through everything, but I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything. I appreciate your fan mail. I appreciate the gifts that you've sent me. I have the best fans in the world. I really do. I have people sending me stuff from Australia, from Germany, trinkets, and, you know, just birthday cards from people. And I have the best fans. I know I'm just from New Jersey. I'm Scott Brandt, and I'm an indie country artist. But the fans that I have are the best friggin' fans in the world, and I love every one of you. Thank you so much, and God bless all of you.
Yes. Amen to that, baby. All right, Ruben, take us out.
A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, and...
There it is.
Let me call you sweetheart every now and then. You're a darling, and I'm falling with no regret. Well, I met you on the 4th of July. You were sipping iced tea. I sat down and looked around. You sat right next to me. I tried to make some conversation, talking about the climate change. And as it rained on our sunny day, I forgot to ask your name. So let me call you sweetheart every now and then. You're a darling, and I'm falling with no regret. If the sky is falling, if forever apart, understand I'm your man, my sweetheart. Looking for love on the dating site, but that ended fast. Met a girl named Bella, that loved every fella. I knew it would never last. Well, I tried one more time, 'cause there's plenty of fish in the sea. Met a girl in Branson that owns a mansion. Turns out she was a he. What? Really? Let me call you sweetheart every now and then. understand.